You know what, America? I think it's time we cancel Halloween. Let's just cancel it this year. Let's cancel every celebration for the rest of the year. Do you ever remember growing up in school? For those of you that went to school, to elementary school, and whenever like a few people in the class behaved badly, they would just cancel things like you're no longer having the pizza party. We're no longer having pretzel day on Friday. We're no longer, doing certain things. Whenever the class would act up, they would just cancel stuff. We need to enact something like that here in the U.S. because people are dumb. People are honestly really stupid. Case in point, this guy who's dressed up like he is some sort of high-ranking Nazi official. Now, look, I love The Man in the High Tower just as much as the next person. It is a great TV series, but whatever got into this man's head, whatever possessed him to believe that he could dress up as a member of the Third Reich, and not just him, but also his son. This is his name is Bryant Goldbach from Owensboro. He and his son dressed up as in Nazi costumes. Nazi costumes. Not just any soldier, Nazi costumes. He dressed up his son, his 5-year-old son, in Nazi costumes as well. And he posted pictures online, and they're now sparking outrage. Apparently, and here's what he wrote. Here's what he wrote. He said he did it for historical purposes, but here's more of what he wrote and what he posted on Facebook. He said, "Tonight, me and my family went to the Trail of Treats at the riverfront." First of all, Kentucky, if y'all aren't the most ass backwards state in recent history, I don't even think Alabama or Mississippi are dumb enough to name their Halloween, their Halloween whatever, the Trail of Treats. I mean, this just sounds like you're taking it straight from the Trail of Tears. Are you kidding me? Could you not have thought up of something different? There's Trunk or Treat. There's every other thing. You name it, the Trail of Treats of all things. And then this idiot goes and shows up. He says, "Tonight, me and my family went to the Trail of Treats at the riverfront. They had a wonderful time and are very happy with their candy haul. But I need to speak out. Anyone who knows us knows that we love history and often dress the part of historical figures. Tonight as we walked, we saw people dressed as murderers, devils, serial killers, blood, and gore of all sorts. Nobody batted an eye. Nobody batted an eye. But my little boy and I, dressed as historical figures, and it merits people not only making snide remarks, but approaching us and threatening my 5-year-old boy. That's right, tonight grown adults threatened a child over his costume. Threatened his mom and dad as well. Threatened to rip his outfit off of him, screaming obscenities, scaring a small child. First off, it's none of your business. Second, how dare you? I mean, how dare you threaten a child? Me, it's one thing, but my child, you are messing with fire. I do want to thank the people who intervened, and for those good people we interacted with. Yes, liberalism is alive and well, and we had the displeasure of dealing with the fruits of the so-called tolerant left. Ladies and gentlemen of America, get your shit together. Get it together and get it together fast, because this man, for some reason, thinks that he is somehow in the right. I don't understand it, and I don't know why my slides aren't moving. But nevertheless, this guy, for some reason, thinks that dressing up as a political figure responsible for the millions and millions of deaths across the world warrants him dressing up for Halloween. That's the Halloween costume you go for. Are you kidding me? And you put your son in a costume. His son pretty much looked like he was a baby Adolf Hitler. That's not funny anymore, folks. Not in today's day and age. Look, I've seen plenty of Hitler jokes. I've heard plenty of Hitler jokes on Family Guy and on other shows, and I did not see that coming. Is always a funny little joke. This is not. Look, Megyn Kelly already got booted off her show because she said blackface was okay. So we got rid of her. Now we got to get rid of people that think that dressing up as a member of the Third Reich or any sort of oppressive individual is somehow okay. And that's why I think we just need to cancel Halloween. we just got it. We got to cancel it because people are just too dumb to understand and to have enough common sense to know when they shouldn't be dressing like this. This is just foolish. This is utter foolishness. So anyway, let me continue, and so let's address some of the things he says. I highly doubt that people really said that they were gonna attack his son. First of all, and then he says, first off, it's none of your business. You're walking around in a public place as a member of the Nazi Party. Luckily, this happened before the events in Pittsburgh, because then I would say this is completely tone deaf, and you are a complete idiot, Mr. Bryant Goldbach. It happened Thursday, and of course the unfortunate events in Pittsburgh where a lunatic fired on a bris at a synagogue, killing more than 10 individuals, one who was a 97-year-old Holocaust survivor. Explain that to me. Explain how you escape the Holocaust. The systematic destruction of your race, of your heritage. You escape that and you make it to the U.S. only to be killed by someone who hates Jews, who is anti-Semitic. Explain that to me. It's terrible. We're living in a terrible time, ladies and gentlemen. You might not feel like it. You might be sitting in your house and feel comforted. But when things like this happen, it's just sad. And not only when they happen, it's knowing that there are people out there that still have this level of hate and ignorance in their hearts and in their minds. It's one thing for someone to just have, mental issues. And even that is terrible when they go and lash out and attack people and kill and hurt people. It's another thing when you have someone who is premeditated, who is acting of their own volition, of their own will, and they're willing to go out and kill people who they don't like. Or they go and dress as people and think, it's okay. This isn't gonna stir any pots. We're not gonna ruffle any feathers tonight. I mean, there are pictures of him just standing in the little park on the riverside, doing his little, whatever they do. It's terrible. It's really terrible. I would love to hear people's thoughts on this. I would love to hear from people who think that it is okay to dress up as a member. Here's the really quick picture, if I can show it to you, since the slides don't want to show up. But that's basically his son right next to him. Again, just terrible. I don't know if that really showed up. Anyone who knows us knows that we love history and often dress the part of historical figures. I'm sorry. The only time it's okay for you to dress up as these historical figures is if you're doing a reenactment. Anything else, don't dress up as a member of the Third Reich. Don't do that. Don't do blackface. Don't do any face. Don't dress up as a member of Nazi Germany. They reached out to a rabbi at a temple, and the rabbi, Mary Mazzo, said the fact that the father apologized is important. The fact he did not know the costumes would be offensive is a very sad reflection on our society, and I agree. A good rule of thumb would be, if your costume calls to mind an event where millions were killed, choose another costume. And of course, the picture of Goldbach and his son, unfortunately I can't get my little slideshow here to work. But a picture has been circulating on social media, and it's obviously stirring up controversy. And this article finishes by saying, Goldbach says he did not see the backlash coming. Ha ha ha, I know that WFLA tried to get that last Nazi joke in there. But again, it's just terrible, y'all. This is sad. It's sad. It's the ignorance of our world, and as it happens, we just need to keep on pulling these people out of the dark, dank, stinky, rotting corners that they live in, out of their ignorant holes. These are people that have literally been hiding under a rock. Like, when you say, where have you been? Have you been hiding? Like, this is a man, Bryant Goldbach, who's been hiding under a rock. And I'm glad he's been brought to light. And hopefully he recognizes the error of his ways. And hopefully others that are watching this and that are seeing it play out are realizing the errors of their ways, and they change, or they just die off. This breed of hate and ignorance needs to die off. It needs to be done with. This is honestly the one reason why I'm glad Donald Trump is president of the United States, because it is causing, when you have a really good president, the cream of the crop rises. When you have a really bad president, the fatty, disgusting oil gets separated. And we're starting to see that. And we, the people that think clearly on both sides, Republicans and Democrats, because I know there are Republicans that hated the fact that they had to vote for Donald Trump. I know there are. And I feel sorry for them, because there are many Republican policies that I do agree with. But I don't agree with the man that's running them. But I do like the fact that he is in office. And I do like the fact that people that think that the things that he did warrants them to do the things that they're doing, calling the cops on black people, shooting up places, whatever, grabbing women. I am so glad that they are coming out of the woodworks, because now we get to expose you all, and we truly get to eliminate you all. We're going to eliminate these behaviors, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to turn silver lining. So that's all I've got to end with. Let me know what you all think about this story, and I will see you all tomorrow. Have a great night, and peace out.